weather from our dear friend Angie Lassman.
Hello.
It felt like hail on my window this morning. What is happening?
Here's the thing. When we're talking about the Masters, it makes me think of spring. When you're outside across the Northeast today and even tomorrow, it makes you feel like winter. We've got the wintry weather holding steady, and it means the soggy conditions for some, and it means the snow for a couple other spots. So we've got this coastal low that's kind of sitting offshore, but it's pulling in all of this cold air. That, of course, is why we're dealing with the potential for some delays, travel delays on the roads, but also in the air today. Keep that in mind. And temperatures into the 30s across this region. Notice even closer to the coast, we're at 37 degrees in New York City. You go up farther into the interior parts of New England, and we're talking about freezing temperatures. So no surprise that when we're hovering right around freezing, well, you're going to notice those slush-covered roads. This is going to be difficult for travel across I-91, I-90, I-87, I-84, and that's why we have that winter weather advisory in effect through at least Thursday. This rain sticks around along the I-95 corridor today, and that wet snow, and we'll see the potential for more rain here as we get into tomorrow across parts of coastal New England. Let's look at the weather across the country. Let's see what's happening in your neighborhood. And that's a look at your forecast, guys.
Angie, thank you very much. Still to come right here, Ryan Chandler has more on the emotional day in court when a wife comes face to face with her
winter in April, it looks like.
I think that's the theme of everyone basically east of the Mississippi, guys. We, yes, are dealing with winter-like temperatures across the Ohio and Tennessee valleys. We've got 23 million people under these frost and freeze alerts. You are waking up chilly in Cincinnati, Louisville, really anywhere across this region and stretching up into the Great Lakes. It's 33 degrees in Detroit, 30s for Columbus, Lexington at 31. When we look at the big picture, though, it's the east that remains chilly, temperatures well below normal. But look at the west. We've got the potential to see record highs across much of the Southwest and parts of the Rockies. Phoenix, one of those spots, expected to hit 99 degrees today. We've got upper 70s in Omaha, so some spots feeling like summer. That goes into tomorrow, too. The midsection of the country running way warm. Kansas City into the mid-80s, running more than 20 degrees above normal for Amarillo, into the 90s. Still on the cooler side for the east, but we're going to start to moderate out. We will start to see some of those 70s get back into the picture on Monday in Washington, D.C. We hang out into the upper 60s by Tuesday, and then unfortunately we drop back to those low 60s. We've got 80s for Raleigh by the time we head into our next work week, and milder conditions too for our friends in Boston, mid 60s for Tuesday, but back to those low 50s by the time Wednesday rolls around. Let's look at the weather across the country. Let's see what's happening in your neighborhood. And that's a look at your forecast, guys.
Angie, please tell me you have seen The Breakfast Club.
Of course I have. If he gets up, we'll all get up.
Okay. Well,
good.
here we go. Let's go. Breakfast Club meeting again 4 decades after the gang. We are back with your pop start. You got a lot coming.
We got a lot. First up, Coachella. I would stand in the desert in the heat to see Lady Gaga.
If it takes me 12 hours to get in, I'm staying for next weekend, too.
The song is called Abracadabra, but no magic in those people out of that line.
No, exactly. In fact, I'm probably going to have to see next weekend. All right, next. Exactly, but I feel like you'll hear it October. Finally, Saturday Night Live tonight.
What a name.
4 times. He's basically a member of the cast.
He's one more, and he's got the 5 Timers Club, so I got to get that in there after this time.
That's when you get the fancy robe. Yeah, that'll be a good one.
I
We'll have to
know.
stick around for that, too. Still to come, our Saturday morning boost and the evolution of an artist from a... Still to come right here on Today, a high-profile apology to a college student after a vicious rumor of soggy Saturday right now. Angie, this, like, we already had the daffodils. They've come and gone. Some people are still seeing snow.
And the bad news is I put all my coats away. So if you're like me, you're out of luck because we do, yes, guys, have the wintry weather that we're dealing with. This is going to be something that you see today and in some spots tomorrow, too. Notice this low-pressure system that's sitting just offshore, bringing us that kind of cold wind that's helping fuel some of that snow that we're seeing in the higher elevations. Also going to be troublesome for any delays in the air on the roadways. Notice the temperatures across this region, kind of hovering around freezing for the interior and higher elevations across parts of New England. Closer to the coast, it's going to be rain with our temperatures in the mid to upper 30s. Winter weather advisory in effect, though, across this region through this afternoon. Expect really slippery conditions. I-91, I-90, I-84, all of those locations going to be a little difficult on the roadways with some of that snow falling, the slushy conditions. As we get through today, a lot of this is going to work its way offshore. You'll see more of that heavy rain kind of sitting offshore, but still some of that wet snow falling in the higher elevations and the rain along the I-95 corridor. By tomorrow, most of it works out, but if you live in those higher northern parts of New England, you're still going to see some of the rain along the coastal areas and some snow and wind across portions of northern Maine. When it's all said and done, I think upwards of an inch for the far north parts of this region. Boston maybe picking up a half of an inch, but the really impressive thing is that we we are still, yes, getting accumulations when it comes to snow, and that's mainly going to happen on those grassy surfaces. We'll see 4, maybe 5 inches across this region, guys. Unfortunately, winter here to stay for a little while longer.
A week till Easter, still looking like Christmas for some. Angie, appreciate it. Thanks.
All right, now
Checking the forecast for a lot of folks
Yes,
this
I
week
do.
ahead.
And it's soggy in the Northeast, but we've got plenty of sunshine that we're expecting across a lot of parts of the country. The Great Lakes stretching down to the Southeast, parts of the plains are going to see quiet skies as well. We've got record highs, of course, that we're going to track for the Southwest. Temperatures in the 90s, close to 100 degrees near Phoenix today. The rain and the wet snow sticks around for the extreme Northeast portions of that region as we get into the later parts of today. And even tomorrow, we'll still see some of the rain lingering and additional snow. The heat continues for your Sunday. We'll deal with the sunny skies across parts of the Southwest, and it's the 70s and 80s that hold on across the Southeast. Now, we've got a real treat for astronomy lovers. We've got April's pink moon. What does that mean? It's basically a full moon that's going to occur tonight. Around 8:22 is when you'll see the peak illumination. Now, unfortunately, if you're expecting to see the moon be pink, well, you're going to have to wait a little longer because that's not what's going to happen. This actually comes from the name of a flower, the phlox flower, and that's why it gets its name. It also is known as the Pascal moon, and that is where we kind of determine exactly when Easter falls, which of course is next weekend. It'll also be a micro moon, which means it's a full moon that occurs at the farthest point of the Earth. And that is your fun fact. Let's look at the weather across the country. Let's see what's happening in your neighborhood. And that is your science lesson.
I want more science facts.
Listen,
can we make this a
twist
regular,
my arm.
Can we make that a regular thing?
Angie Nye, the science gal or something.
Still ahead for you. Julie is back with another hot.
That is going to do it for us on a Saturday morning. The start of Passover for a lot of families tonight. A happy Seder to everybody who is having the Passover holiday. Weather is going to be messy for folks.
It is, unfortunately. Airplanes, driving in cars, going to be difficult.
Good weekend to watch a good
stay
show.
home.
There you go.
Stay home. Watch a show.
Finish White Lotus, maybe.
Yes.
You need to do that,
this
by the
is
way.
like-
I do.
So we can talk
I've been
about
given
it.
strict directions.
This is the deadline.
It's time. All right. Have a great weekend.